Hello, my lovelies. Today is Friday, the 2nd of May, and it's a very different energy. As you can see, the tide has turned. So, yesterday, all of this was uncovered. You could see all of the rocks and the seaweed as far out as where those seagulls are, stood on the rock there. That was all clear. So, the tide has turned, suggesting that on a collective level, people have changed their minds, and or things that you thought were one way or appeared one way are actually showing themselves to be completely different. My sense of this also is the tide has turned with regard to the collective accepting what has been presented to them, and a revolution in a way. The peasants are revolting. A revolution in thought. So, water is to do with our emotions. When you see the waves coming and going, there can be just gentle little lapping of the shore, or there can be huge, high waves of emotion crashing down on us. And this is quite gentle, so you can see the seagulls are having fun in that little spot there. And it's interesting that where they are, there's fresh water, and it comes down from up there. I don't know how fresh it is, because it could be associated with drainage, so I wouldn't drink from it, but the seagulls seem to be happy doing so. And so where those two waters meet, we have fresh water going into salty water. And as those two things combine, we can find a different level of emotion, but also of intuition, because water rules our inner knowing, our intuition, the tuition inside of us. So that knowledge, that gleaning, that comprehension of things on a very deep level. So you wouldn't expect to see seagulls drinking seawater, would you? And that's they're drinking there. So that's a little freshwater eddy joining in with the salty water. This can also be to do with how water is transported, how it is flowing through our homes. So there may be issues surrounding pollution and or cleaning up of areas where water has been deliberately polluted, and the people, the collective, not backing down, standing up to authorities. And I feel also that people will be held accountable. So the energy of today is, it's a 2, 2nd of the 5th, 2025. So add it all together and it comes to 7. So we had 7 energy on the 30th of April, so only a few days ago. So it's repeating itself. So we have another look at the 7 energy, which is analysis and understanding. So analysing something and understanding it. When it's in the positive, it's instant. You have that instant comprehension. I analyse, I understand. I have an issue, I analyse it, I understand it immediately. And you have a solution immediately. However, when we work it in the negative, and that's what's been fed to us, and what we've put up with and just accepted, you get analysis paralysis. So overthinking things, worrying, that loop running round and round and round in your head. So with this shift of energy today, and the two is a portal. So if you think of two pillars, it's a portal, it's an opening where we can step through, or things can come through the portal to us. 2 is also about partnerships. Initially, your partnership with yourself, your higher self, and then your partnership with others. So, following on from yesterday's energy, the divine feminine and the divine masculine. Within each of us individually speaking, but also now, being at the second of the month, the 2, it's divine masculine, divine feminine, found in others. If we start with ourselves, that's a very good place to start. As Mary Poppins sang. Because if you expect to mend things with other people, you have to start with you. Everyone's a mirror. Things show up in your life to bug you or to annoy you or to get you frustrated. It's the universe showing you a mirror. Is that something you haven't dealt with yet? Is that something you need to sort out within yourself? And this is also being non-judgmental to self, not feeling guilty, just accepting what's being shown to you. Say, oh, okay, here it comes again, but this time I recognise it, I acknowledge it. I don't absorb it, I observe it, I bless it, I release it, and I let it go. And in doing that, you may find things easier. Time distortions. Oh, there's been a lot of that for me recently. What about you guys, eh? Time distortions. I don't know what day of the week it is. I don't know what month of the year it is. I don't know what century I'm in. Yes, it's all very discombobulating. So be gentle with yourselves, because this upgrade that we're all going through can find you feeling split. So you could be existing in 2 different dimensions at the same time, and sometimes feeling like you're in limbo. Well, I'm not quite there yet, and I don't want to be where I have been. It's a very interesting time to be alive. But just observe, rest when you need to, sleep when you need to, don't feel guilty about that. And if changes come in your life, acknowledge them and say, right, okay, what do I need to pay attention to with this? So yesterday I had 2 doggies show up in my video, and guess what? There's 2 more today. So this is lovely, because dog energy is about loyalty and friendship and unconditional love. And just joy and happiness and sloppy wet kisses. Yeah. So there you are, my lovely, 2nd of May 2025. The tide has turned. And pay attention to the tides within you, your emotions, and what has turned within you, and that you do not wish to go back to. See you again soon. Lots of love. Bye.